So in the fourth question of this second exercise, we have been given a set of statements and we'll have to state whether the statements are true or false. We'll also have to correct the statements that are false. Let us have the first statement on the canvas where we see that there is a point whose x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is non-zero, and we'll have to see whether it will lie on the y-axis. Now to understand this statement, let us consider a graphical sheet where this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So let us consider any non-zero value on the y-axis. Let us consider the point to be P, and since it's given that x coordinate is 0, so 0 comma suppose 3. So if we have to plot this point, the point will be marked here on this graph, as we see that this point represents a non-zero value for y-axis and the x coordinate will have 0 value. Similarly, if we take one more point where we keep the x coordinate to be 0 and the y coordinate to be 4, which is again a non-zero value, so this point will give us the point Q. Hence we see that if we take any non-zero value on the y-axis, the x coordinate will always be 0. Hence, to answer this statement, we can say that the statement is true. Let us now see the next statement on the canvas. So in the second statement, we have a point whose y coordinate is 0 and x coordinate is 5, and the point is lying on the y-axis. Let us understand this statement using this graph where this is the x-axis and this vertical axis is the y-axis. So the given point, let us consider it to be A, and since the value of x coordinate is 5 and y coordinate is 0, so it's 5 comma 0, and if we have to plot this point on this graph, it will be represented by this point. Hence we observe that it says here that it should lie on y-axis. To answer this statement, we have seen that it's false, and instead of this y-axis, if we replace this by x-axis, the statement will become correct. Let us now see the next statement on the canvas. So the third statement says that the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0, and to understand this, let us again consider this graph where this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and the two intersects at this point, which is 0, 0, and which is also known as the origin. Hence, to answer this part of the question, we can say that this statement is true. So this is how we will answer and judge whether those statements are true or false, and this is how we are going to answer the fourth question of this exercise.
To learn more about how QMath can help you crack school and board exams, explore QMath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.